success out of their careers. And Madhavee Daptardar is definitely one of them. Thank you, Madhavee, for our, I think, second interview now.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Vandana. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So today, I think last time when we spoke, you were our speaker for our women's conference as a women leader, and today we are talking about a completely different topic. Uh, and in that area too, you have done some significant work. So you've been a teacher and a proponent of teaching the Marathi language to our kids. Obviously, it's a big, big part of retaining our culture. And that's what we want to dive into today. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of how it all got started and of course, your journey in keeping that endeavor alive here in Halton?
Absolutely love to talk about Marathi language. And like Vandana said, it's such a big integral part of our culture and our heritage, right? And passing it on to our kids is so important, such an important thing. From the history perspective, there's the whole credit of Marathi language in GTA goes to Sunanda Tumre. She was the one who single-handedly started Marathi language classes back in, I think, 60s,
Wow.
and from her basement. So she had a group of kids she would teach from her basement. And when I came to Canada in the 90s, we had some friends whose kids were going there for Marathi language. And when I went to pick them up, they came out with such wonderful things and crafts and creative stuff. Like tulsi in a small cup or Diwali kandil, right? And that was my introduction to Sunanda Maushi's, efforts in starting and keeping the language going in GTA. That's how she started it, and then she took it to the next level, where she then got approvals from the different boards, like Peel, Toronto, so TDSB, Peel District School Board, and then the York School Board. So there are so many different school boards that she then went out and she got approval. So in Peel, we had 3-4 classes running at one time. She coached and taught the teachers, and then also got curriculum approved from Bharati Vidyapit in Pune. We have language exams now because of her, right? So all this, what she started and how she cultivated the other teachers and the knowledge there, and also encouraged them to, open different locations. She has been a huge proponent for Marathi language in GTA.
Well,
So that's the history behind it, really. Her starting this years ago, and then
in the
keeping it
basement.
going. Even now, she is such an active player, team member, leader in Marathi language in the GTA.
That's so amazing. Definitely need to talk to her. So an intro would be great.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely.
but she started it in Toronto then, right? Her house
She
in her.
started it in Mississauga.
Oh, Mississauga. Okay, okay.
Yes.
And then when
Yeah.
you were saying about these dis school boards, so I guess through all these school boards, it's the weekend language classes that you can start, and that's what got
Correct.
started in
Correct.
all the various school boards.
Yes. So Mari language is one of the languages that is offered as part of international languages for secondary students,
Mm-hmm.
elementary and secondary students. So each of these school boards basically have their own international languages section or part. And then besides Marathi, they have other international languages that they are taught through this section of the board. So Halton District has their own international languages. Peel has their own international languages. So each board has their own international languages section, and basically it's Marathi is one of the languages that's taught through the boards. So it is not a private tuitions that we offer. It is actually through the board. So right now we have Toronto, Mississauga, Burlington, Kitchener, Milton, and we're looking to start one in Hamilton as well. So we have 6 locations, and we have, I believe we have 10 classes right now. Mississauga is the biggest one. They have, I think, close to 100 kids.
Wow.
But yeah, yeah. So we're like 6 locations, and all this, over so many different years and decades of hard work of Sunanda Maushi, all the other teachers who came before this, that helped set up all these different locations. Yeah.
Wow, wow. And so much to dive into there. So, you said she set up the curriculum. She worked with Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, you said,
Bharati Vidyapit, correct, correct.
from
That's
Pune.
right. From
Okay.
Pune. That's right.
And
Yes.
you're from Pune too.
I
Uh,
am from Pune too.
and I'm
Yes.
from Pune too, of course.
Yeah.
And Sunanda Maushi is also from Pune, is
Yes,
she?
she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pune, Mahergar hai आपलं ते. I have to
I
switch on to
know.
a little bit of Marathi. I'm sure the Marathi audience will watch this. And sorry to those who don't understand Marathi, but yeah, absolutely not going
Yeah.
to finish this interview without bringing in a little bit of Marathi. But
Absolutely.
yes, Pune.
So during COVID, so actually my kids actually used to go to the Mississauga location that is near Highway 10 and Dundas, TL Kennedy.
Mhm.
And it used to be a bit of a drive for us from Burlington. So we unfortunately stopped. But during COVID, I realized that my kids are grown up and there's so many young families, Marathi families in Burlington area. Why not? Why not start a school for Halton? And I approached Sunanda Mamshi and she was like, yes, absolutely, go for it. Like, there must be an international languages section, go talk to somebody there and, they will direct you. And the Halton District School Board International Languages is at the Gary Allen School, and
Mhm.
they're amazing, amazing resources there, amazing women there, or, people who helped me navigate through the setup of Marathi School in International Languages for Halton. And this is our 4th year now. We went through
Wow.
COVID. The first year when we did this online, virtual, we had close to 50 kids. And it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to teach this. It's my Saturday mornings are the best time of my weekend. Just being with those kids, teaching them, talking to them, interacting with them, right? And their eagerness to even get up on Saturday mornings and come and learn a different language is amazing, right? Kudos to them. But that's how it got started. During COVID, we did virtual first, and then we slowly moved to in person. But we have close to now, and then we actually moved. The Burlington location was split into 2, one in Milton, one in Burlington. So close to 40, 50 kids between 2 locations for Halton District School Board, right?
That's
It's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Credit goes to you, obviously, to bring it to Halton, but you had seen it grow and you had seen the
Yeah,
benefits firsthand with your own kids, I'm sure. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
just was a natural sort of, next thing for you to do. But
absolutely.
then it all
Absolutely.
needs that leadership, right? We need that one leader. It's one thing to experience, but it's another to say, I'm going to make it happen in my region. So
Yeah. And
kudos to you for
yeah,
that.
yeah, I can't take the credit all the credit here. It's I had the idea, but I took the initiative, yes. But there was Sunanda Maj who helped me, the folks at the Halton District School Board. And then when I started thinking about this idea, I was like, I need a backup. I need another peer teacher in Burlington to be with me to teach. Because if we get more kids, then I need somebody there also to bounce ideas off of. So Sanjeevani Dhaigore was another teacher who was part of the first year, and she was amazing. So, bounce ideas off because we're both new to this, new curriculum, new virtual teaching. You mentor and you coach during your work, but this is different when you have 15 kids from age, junior kindergarten to grade 3. Their level of Marathi is widely different. Some can't even write English, let alone Marathi, right? So
Mm.
it was a learning experience, definitely, and it was amazing. So Sanjeevani Dhaigode was my peer when we did the first year in Halton District School Board. Yeah,
Wow, amazing. So I guess right off the bat, I picked up that you do teach there, not just like writing the script, not just
yeah,
talking the language. So that's,
yeah.
and it's completely different, obviously. Yes, to your point, it
Yes.
learning the script. So yeah, so tell us a little bit more about like how this curriculum is structured and typically what one can expect from beginning to and how many years it is and things like that. Yeah.
So we're in our infancy. in the Halton District School Board. The reason I say this is because the kids that are coming to Halton District School Board Marathi school are from junior kindergarten to grade 6 right now, and I have about 21 kids in my class. All of them for Marathi grades, they are junior kindergarten grade 1 only, right? That's their Marathi level. The curriculum that we follow is from Bharati Vidyapit, but now we're affiliated to Brihan Maharashtra Mandal North America. So they have a curriculum that they have published, which is excellent. And I use their curriculum. We use actually their curriculum that is again from Bharati Vidyapit, but comes through BMM, Brihan Maharashtra Mandal of North America. And we do exams through them as well. So if there are some amazing kids who have just come from India or whose grandparents are here, which makes a tremendous difference in their language, reading, writing, they can appear for those exams. And those exams are conducted by Bharati Vidyapit, but by teachers in GTA. So what I do with my kids is, I know it's just a language class, but I like to introduce different things to them. For example, seasons, rutu, ranga, colors, fruits and vegetables, body parts, right? And then relationships, right? So that when they talk to their aji, azoba, mama, mami, it makes a huge impact when they talk with, they understand this is what the relationship means in Marathi. So I also, what I do is besides numbers and language, writing and reading, I try to incorporate a lot of activities because I feel that when you do activities, the learning is more. So when we do a numbers learning, we play a game, Simon Says, right? And it kind of sticks with them that now they have to make a group of teen or 3, and that because of that activity, they learn more about numbers. Same thing with colors, same thing with language, right? That's what I do. So I try to bring in different aspects of Marathi into the learning. If it's a festival, whether it's Indian or Canadian, we try to build that into the curriculum, right? We listen to the stories and the songs behind it, and we make craft, right? Using different shapes, using different colors. And again, we learn that in Marathi. So I tried that. That's how I love to teach, is by, doing things with it, right? Applying the learning to different activities.
Absolutely. It makes it relevant and fun so they can use it in day-to-day life. One question I feel like definitely asking you because, I've seen repeatedly when you're trying to teach your own language, your mother tongue. So in my house, although I speak Marathi, in my house, it's Hindi. And this is something I've heard from all the parents that you continue to initially when they're young, they'll learn the language over the years. You talk to them in that language, but they'll respond back in English. Like they will not make the effort. And do you see that in?
So almost all the parents tell me this, that, when he goes home or she goes home, she doesn't talk in Marathi. But when the kids are in the class, they will try their very best to use parts of Marathi, right? Some bits and pieces, some words here and there. But I keep telling them that I've seen this with my kids. There was a phase when they did not want to speak in Marathi. They insisted in replying back in English. There was a point when they realized the importance of their language, especially when they saw how proud other kids were of their language. Gujaratis refusing to speak in any other language, or Punjabi speaking fluent Punjabi with their grandparents, right? That's when they realized my language is important, and I want to, and at a certain age also, I want to pass this on to the next generation. That's when they started picking it up and making the active effort of conversing. I don't think they'll ever write, but there are kids who write as well. But that's when, you keep talking to them, they absorb it, they just don't reciprocate. But it's still in them. They've heard it so many times that they will start using it. So I keep telling the parents that you, from your side, make sure you talk in Marathi. At some point, they're going to realize this is my language. This is how I'm going to talk to Aji Azoba. I have to talk in Marathi, and they will start reciprocating in Marathi. Might not be as fluent as English, but it'll still be there, and it's fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's more than fine for me, to be honest. Because Yes, that comprehension, the connection to the culture, that's still always that's there. That'll stay with them because what they learn
Yeah,
at that young age, right? That's the I guess
absolutely.
the whole idea. So, what age range, like, do you see people starting out Marathi at, like, at these schools? Is it always young, or you see some people coming later in?
It's a mix of both, mix of both. Some kids start as early as 4. I have one kid who just started, who just turned 4, and she's starting to come in the class, and she's very excited. And then there are older kids as well. It depends on when they've moved in the area, because a lot of times they've been outside the boundaries of Halton district or Peel, or they've just come in the country and they're very eager to continue with the education, Marathi language, or they're younger kids. So it's a mix of everything. It's no there's no set pattern to it really. I have a grade 6 coming in this year, and he's amazing. The way he is picking up the language is amazing. And then it's got nothing to do with his grade. It's probably his comprehension about languages in general. Is like he understands how it works. Because in Marathi, you have swar and vyanjan, right? Vowels and word alphabets. But how you make the barakhari
Mm.
is art, and it's also very logical, right?
Mm.
It's very logical how you combine it into a barakhari. So he gets it.
I need a
Right?
lesson on that.
I should start an sorry, no.
For
I
adults.
said that wrong. You need to edit this.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, it's
I need
totally
to do
fine.
18 plus, because my daughter as well, she talks Marathi, but she can't write. And she asked me one day, Mom, can I volunteer? I said, yes, but you're gonna have to, teach the kids. She goes, okay, then you need to teach me first so I can then volunteer with you. And I think that's a win, right? So
100%. And
yeah.
she's so good. I spoke to her in Marathi at the conference, and
Yeah.
I was like floored. I was like very impressed, very, very impressed. And so I think I do want to ask you, like, you've seen this evolve from the days when you were teaching I mean, you were taking your kids to learn, and then you becoming a teacher yourself. And now, even doing that, it's about 4 years. So, how have you seen things evolve, if they have evolved or changed at all? Like, have you seen anything like a trend or any transition or anything evolving here?
So I think what the biggest change or evolution has been technology, the introduction of
Mm.
technology. Previously, and this is I think prior to COVID and before that, when we did not use that much technology, it was all, you're in person, you're writing. Now we publish everything on Google Drive. Parents sometimes, download it, or it's, how you teach it on your smart boards. That has changed considerably. So I think the technology part has changed considerably. The teachings, I don't think we have changed so much, or from when the kids were going to learn Marathi. I don't think the teaching style might have changed, but the material or the basic concepts have not changed as much. So from evolution perspective, I think only the introduction or heavy introduction of technology has changed, because I'm very tech savvy, and I feel I prefer sometimes to come right on the board, or sometimes trace on the board, right? So that you can understand how big you need to do, right? Sometimes with the younger ones, it's too small for them to trace it on the paper. In that case, your smart board works beautifully, because you can enlarge, zoom in into your Excel spreadsheets, right? And they can practice that. So I love using technology. I love navigating the Google Drives and sending material to the parents. Some of them are very, very involved. And the kids are also at a very good level, so they appreciate it. Songs and stories, and even reading sometimes with a phone in hand is okay, because we don't have textbooks per se here at Halton or in GTA. So whatever material we have them on various devices, right? So reading on devices also, if that's basically evolution. Previously, we would print it out and make copies, and yeah,
Yeah.
how many
Definitely
kills the
made it
trees?
easier for
Oh,
sure.
definitely,
A big
definitely,
difference there. And
yeah.
has social media played a role at all, like in terms of
It
kids?
has, definitely it has. The word gets out to more people that we
Mm,
have these schools. Also, from, again, WhatsApp, who doesn't use WhatsApp? Communication to parents has improved
become easier.
considerably. Very easy, very easy.
Mm,
So in that sense, I think social media has definitely helped. Also, I feel to showcase the wins of the kids. I mean, we're not allowed to take pictures of the kids per se, but the work that they've done, I always try to take pictures of the work they've done. If they've done something in a notebook or some, Diwali Chikandil, I always try to send them to their parents or post it somewhere, right? Without the kids, of course. But I feel that from that perspective, there are such huge wins, right? These kids writing a second, third language, it's amazing, and we definitely need to showcase that. So I do believe that social media has made it easier for us to get the word out that we have this language. It's free for you guys, whoever lives in that area. And this is what the outcome is, that your kids are going to learn this, right? And also friendships. These kids make amazing friendships through this, right?
mm,
What
mm.
I also do is at the end of the year, I have a tradition of doing a Marathi Shara picnic, right? Only
Nice.
for the kids and their families, because
Mm.
throughout the year, these kids have been meeting on a weekly basis, and they build this Marathi bond, right?
I love
Throughout the
that.
year,
Mm.
and they become such good friends. And now I have kids who have been coming in for the last 4 years, and they have bonded with that language and have built a friendship. So I think it's amazing. I wish there was a school closer when my kids were growing up.
Absolutely. I like that word, Marathi bond. Yes, because the commonality. It's always friendships, obviously, about commonality. And if they find that that culture and that language is what is binding them, then nothing like it, because it's
Yeah,
only enhances their love for the culture and
absolutely,
makes it like
absolutely.
someone
Yeah,
someone who lives next door or in the city is doing it, so they also want to do it, which is fantastic.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I was also thinking, like, social media, also the fact that more of Marathi is easily accessible to them. They can just quickly go on YouTube and listen to a Marathi song or watch a song if they want to learn a dance or something like that. That I think also, because I was teaching my son French, and I found a big difference the days when I used to learn French and now, because
Mhm.
we so easy to quickly go on Instagram and give them some words and they can just check, or go on YouTube. I guess you might be seeing the
Yeah,
same thing with the Marathi as well, because you have more
yeah,
access now to listen to original Marathi.
absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes the kids come back and tell me, have you listened to this song? And I'm like, no. There was this one kid who came last year. Honestly, I love these kids. Saturday mornings are the best. But this little one, he came over and said, Madhavee Moshi, have you heard about this? Have you heard this song, Gulabi Sadi? I was like, no, I haven't. And it's a very catchy, very peppy, very cute song.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's play it. And so I played it in the class.
Trending
and
on Instagram, right? So
yeah, exactly. And I learn with them too, right? It's amazing.
it's a lovely
You
song,
you
yes.
you teach and then you learn also at the same time. We also do an annual end of school year day or event that the school conducts, but each language presents something. So last year, I'm so proud of the kids. The older ones, they put together, I told them, you know what, this is your event. You have to showcase what you guys have learned throughout the years. So you put it together, you come up with the idea, brainstorm it, and then you guys decide who wants to play a part in it and what you guys are going to do. And I will be there to facilitate and help and support you, whatever you guys need, right? And I can't say how proud I was. They started off with Vakratunda, and there were little kids included. There were 17 kids. And then they introduced, each of them came forward, introduced themselves, my name, all in Marathi. And then they put a play together of Shivaji Maharaj and Shaiste Khan and
Wow.
that whole, interaction. And they wrote the script and they practiced it and they put it together, and it was amazing. And then we ended the whole thing with the Rashtrageet, Indian national anthem. And it was a combined event of all the international languages, Indian international languages, and parents and grandparents from different languages came up and said, your kids did the best.
Wow.
And even the parents took so much effort with the outfits and the costumes, and it was just a huge hit. So it was by the kids for the kids, and they did an amazing job. And the what I want to say here is that they did all this in Marathi. They felt comfortable interacting in Marathi, putting the script together, and then also including the 4-year-olds in this, right? So it kind of builds not only just the language, but their leadership skills, right? Their interaction with each other, and how do you bond that together and present it. So it was an amazing presentation.
Absolutely. Team building, team
Yeah,
spirit, leadership,
absolutely.
how to collaborate with each other, and doing this all by themselves was amazing.
Yes,
Child at its best,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, that's fantastic. Of course, the kudos. I mean, you did something right, teaching them all this. That's
I
why
was
they
there to
stood out.
support. I
They stood,
was
yeah.
there to support, yeah.
Absolutely. But also the grooming that they went through, right? They've been
Right,
going
right.
through under you and all that in that sense also
Yeah,
I meant. And I can't help but bring up the point that all this is so good for their brain development, right? I mean, we've heard it
definitely.
repeatedly, the more languages a child learns, the
Mhm.
better is their brain development, and the younger they start, it's always so good.
Yeah,
And all the other skills that you mentioned, and plus the fact that they're getting a piece of their history and their culture in such a fun and engaging way, that there's so
yeah,
much for them to learn from that, even from a general life skill perspective. I always say, I keep asking why culture? Why do we need to be connected to the roots? And it's such an important and essential part of giving them life skills, that
definitely.
it's amazing what you're doing. We have only a few minutes left, so any passing thoughts, any other comments you'd like to make? But
Everything that you just said, right? It's an essential life skill for not just the language, your culture, heritage, your brain development, your interaction, team building, your collaboration, and you build that amazing bond. So I learn in the process as well. I'm not going to deny that. It's every Saturday morning. But closing comments, is that do send your kids to international languages,
mm,
even if it's not Marathi, even if it's Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi. There are so many international languages out there that parents don't know about. Take a look at whichever board you are in. Take a look at the international languages section. You'll be amazed at which language your child can pick up and go to. It doesn't have to be Indian international languages. It could be Greek or Arabic or whichever language interests you. It's free for your kids. Some boards do charge $25, but take
that's
advantage of that.
nothing.
It is amazing what they're doing here, offering for your kids, even in some cases, adults. Take advantage of it. I mean, I think that's the message I would like to leave this call with is, there are a lot of international languages out there. Different boards offer vast variety of international languages. Make use of it. Yeah.
Fantastic. No, thank you so much for that. I guess they just Google SGSP International Languages and they'll find the
Yeah.
information. And also, one question I had is, these events that take place or these plays, are they posted on YouTube? Like, is there a YouTube or
We
channel?
can't, we
Oh,
cannot
you
post
cannot.
them.
Okay,
It's
because of
because it's
privacy and
through, yes, and it's through
okay,
the board, so we cannot post any
100%.
pictures.
I
If
understand.
parents
Yeah,
post pictures, then that's up to them. But as a teacher, I cannot post or even advertise that, right? It's a part
understand
of the curriculum.
completely.
Yeah,
I actually should have thought. Yeah, no, that's
no
great.
worries.
And so Saturday, every Saturday for 4 years almost, you've been doing this.
Yes, yeah,
Wow, except the days
absolutely.
when you're traveling, and that's why you needed the backup, which is
Correct,
amazing commitment,
correct.
even when your kids are not a part of it now, right? It was just a pure give back for you, and with the passion, of course, to retain the language and the culture. So once again, every time I talk to you, kudos, and thank you for inspiring us. You truly are
Thank
an
you,
inspired
Vandana.
Indian, Madhavi.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And you're doing an amazing job too. So appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.